Sharing or syncing home folders between Macs. I've had a MacBook for some time and recently got a Mac Mini too, both as desktop and media player computer. When setting up the Mini, I copied mostly everything in target disk mode from MacBook to it. That was a really smooth way to get up and running. Now, I use both machines pretty randomly at whim. Thanks to many web services like Gmail or Google Notebook, it often doesn't matter at all which computer I'm on. But with local files, text documents, photos, etc., it's a little more problematic. Simply keeping and using the files on both computers will obviously get them out of sync pretty soon. And manually copying files around to have the most recent version on each computer does not sound very attractive either. So what's the best way to share or automatically sync home folders between 2 or more Macs? Either the whole home directory or just certain subdirectories of it. If that's more feasible, both will be fine. Somba share or something. NB, mobile might help here, but I'd prefer a free option. Also, an external NAS might be the ultimate solution in a way, but for now I'd like something that involves only these Macs. Besides, I've had bad experiences with a Maxter network drive, too noisy, whose software for controlling it was crappy, it couldn't auto-mount when coming out of sleep, etc. The Macs are on the same Wi-Fi network, and having the Mini up all the time as a server wouldn't be a problem.
I use Folders Synchronizer from SoftBee and find it to be excellent.
Depending on what files you are wanting to synchronize in your home folder, you could get away using Dropbox and Symlinks. The new LAN sync feature on newer versions, the 0.7.x line, will make syncing faster as well, since it doesn't need to sync to Dropbox servers and then back down to your other computer before the files are available. If Dropbox or other online synchronization methods aren't good enough, or you have privacy fears, there is the option of using Mac OS X server on the Mac Mini and setting up the MacBook to use a portable home directory, and then your home folder will be exactly the same on both. It's definitely a much more pricey option, $500 for server, and has a bit more overhead, but if you have multiple computers and a decent network, namely not 802.11g or 10 base Ethernet, it's pretty solid. I've got a client who does this between his 2 iMacs and his iBook for himself, his wife and 2 kids. It is possible, however, to set up a remote home directory without Mac OS X server. Super user question 16129: How to configure a remote home directory on Mac OS X?
You can use Unison File Synchronizer. Details from Wikipedia. It runs on many operating systems and can synchronize files across platforms, so that for instance a Windows laptop may be synchronized with a Unix server. It detects conflicts where a file has been modified on both sources and displays these to the user. It communicates over the TCP/IP protocol so that any 2 machines with an internet connection can be synchronized. This also means that the data transferred can be secured by tunneling over an encrypted SSH connection. It uses the RSYNC algorithm developed by Andrew Tridgell. This algorithm transfers only the parts of a file that have changed, and so is faster than copying the whole file. It is designed to be robust in the event of a program or system crash or a communication failure. It is open source.
Suggested sync applications: Carbon Copy Cloner, ChronoSync, SuperDuper. I think CCC pretty much works with everything enabled for free. I also like its ability to recreate the recovery partition on a Mac disk. I think that's unique among backup/sync programs. There is also an app called Sync2Folders, but it's slow, uses the Finder and is not going to pick up any invisible files/folders in whatever you are synchronizing. It's pretty good in a pinch to do a quick folder sync, though.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.